Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mitchell over at IndySoft. I hope you're all doing well. Happy Tip Tuesday. This week, I actually want to showcase a feature that we added in version 13 that complements the ability to schedule work for an employee. So once we get a work order created in the system, we've always had, or not always, but a couple years back, we added the work scheduling module. However, that opened up the calendar utility where you had to drag and drop things to a technician. We actually have simplified that process where now directly on the pending work tab itself, you can actually assign work to individuals as well. So let me start off by, let's move this here, but let me start off by actually creating a work order real quick. So let's say we have a work order that we want to generate, and as you all know, that can be generated with the process of doing like a receiving transaction, or you may have an event type just called create work order, or you may even have that actually automatically created just via your schedules. But let me just create a few pieces of equipment here, or create a few pieces of equipment on a work order. So let's grab, I just created a couple of these here. So let's take these three items and let's put these onto a work order. And I can put in a PO, we'll just say sample 1, 2, 3. And let's go ahead and complete this. So now, we're going to get our work order generated. And a couple things too, you'll see here, there's work order 956 that has been generated. I'm actually just sending my customer an email as well. That's part of the things that you can do there. But you'll see here, work order 956 was generated. So, those items, they move into the work in process state based upon my workflow. What we're then going to see is over on the pending work tab. Now, you can always sort this either by the individual that's logged in, or you can look at all of your open work orders as well. But in here, we're going to see I've got work order 956, and I'm not filtering things out, but you'll see there's work order 956. There's all my details about it. If I scroll over, I'll be able to see, who the customer is, etc. So there's all that information. Okay. Now, if we take a look at work order 956 at an individual level down here at the bottom, and what I mean by individual, you'll see here the individual items themselves on work order 956. Okay. So here's the new feature, right? Historically, we all know that we've got the work scheduling module where you can open up our calendar tool and we can assign things to different technicians, right? So you can actually make multiple texts visible, and I could easily drag work order 956 or a particular line item to someone's calendar. Okay, so that option's been there for quite some time. However, the feature that we just added in is a scenario where maybe you don't need the calendar, maybe you just want to assign certain types of equipment to different personnel. So the way that we do that now, and you can do this in batch, so let's focus here on work order 956. Let's say that I want to take these first two items, so I'm just actually holding down my control key, and I'm selecting these first two items here. And let's say I want to assign them to a certain individual. You can now just right click, and you have the ability to assign those to an employee or to an employee group. So if I select to an employee, the system's going to give me a pop-up window here where I can choose who I want to assign these to. So let's say I want to assign these to Dana Jones. Now, those two items are going to be assigned to Dana. If I scroll down, you're going to see here, and I've kind of got my image over here, but you'll see those are assigned to Dana Jones right there. Okay, so if we were to actually go into, or Dana Jones logged into the application, we would see those two items that are assigned there. So it's kind of like a little hidden feature there, and hopefully this will benefit some of both our commercial labs and our enterprise labs who are actually using the work order system, but it keeps you from having to go to the calendar module if necessary, right? Now, I'm not saying you have to do it this way or the other way. We just want you to know that this option is available where you can now right click from an item on the pending work tab, whether it's at the individual line item level, or if it's at the actual full work order level, you have that capability as well. But as simply put, you just right click, assign to a work, or assign those items to an employee or employee group. And you can also batch select, just like you would hold down your shift key and grab a selection of rows. You have that ability, or you can do your control key and incrementally select ones as well. So I hope this helps. It's a new feature that we added in version 13. I hope this brings some exposure to it. As always, if you have any questions at all, please don't ever hesitate to contact myself or our technical support team. We're always happy to help. Hope you all have a great week. Thank you.